Hello, in this video we will learn how to code the quadratic formula using the TI-Nspire CX. The quadratic formula is as follows. X equals negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4 times a times c, all divided by 2a. We will create the program, text the user about the program, request data from the user, perform math operations, and display the solution or solutions to the user. To get started, we'll select number 1, New. We'll select number 9, and select number 1, New. A good name for this would be Quad Form. And then I'll tab on down and select OK. I'm now in the body of my program, Quad Form. We need to begin this program by texting the user to enter in A, B, and C from their quadratic equation. So let's begin by pressing Menu, choosing number 6, Input Output, and selecting number 5, Text. Anything that you put within the quotes, control, multiplication, will be on the screen for the user to read. So I will type in for the user, enter A, B, and C from ax squared plus bx plus c equal to 0. I'll press Enter to get to the next line. We are now ready to request A, B, and C from the user. So I'll press Menu, I'll select number 6, Input, Output, and Request is option 3. I wish to request A. So I'll put Control Multiplication, and I'll type A equals, right arrow to get out of the quotes, put a comma, and I'll store it into variable A. I'll press Enter to go to the next line. Because I have a computer to code with, I will type in request, do the quotes, type in B equals, right arrow to get out of the quotes, comma, B, Enter, and it's much faster to type. One of the benefits of coding with the Nspire technology. And now you've done all 3 request lines. Press Enter. We are now ready to perform the math operations. X equals negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac, all divided by 2a. Because there's a plus minus, we're going to have to do 2 lines of math operations, one for the plus and one for the minus. As we have a fraction, I'll start by pressing Control Divide. In the numerator, I'll type in negative b plus the square root of b squared minus 4 times a times c. In the denominator, I'll type in 2 times a. I will right arrow to get out of the denominator, and I need to store this solution into a variable. Control var is access to the store command, and I should avoid any variables currently being used, so I'll store this into x. I'll press Enter. I'm down to the next line. Now I need the negative b minus the square root of b squared minus 4 times a times c, all divided by 2a. As I'm coding on the computer using the Nspire software, I'll hold down my Shift key and press the up arrow, and I can see that I've highlighted the previous line. Just like on Microsoft Office, Control C is a copy. Position my cursor into the next line. Control V is a paste. I need to make two major edits. The first one being that this should no longer be a plus sign but a minus. And the second one being that I no longer want to store it into X. I'll choose Y. And then I'll press Enter or the down arrow to get to my next line. We are now ready to display the solution or solutions to the user. To do that, we'll press Menu, select number 6 for Input, Output, and select number 1, Display. Control multiplication will open the quotes on the calculator, and we can now type the solution or solutions are, right arrow once to get out of the quotes, comma, there are two variables to put in, separated by a comma. I believe we are now ready to run our program. We can check syntax, store it, and run it by pressing Control R. We have quad formula ready to be run. Our example for this program will be x squared minus 5x minus 6 equals 0. A would be 1, B would be negative 5, and C would be negative 6. The solutions for this quadratic equation are x equals 6 and x equals negative 1. Let's go ahead and try it out. When we press Enter, here is our text message for the user. Enter A, B, and C from ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. I'll press Enter. A will be 1, Enter. B will be negative 5, Enter. And C will be negative 6. By pressing Enter, we get the solutions are 6 and the negative 1. Let's try out one more example for our program. X squared minus 2x minus 15 equals 0. A would be 1, B would be negative 2, and C would be negative 15. If we have written our code correctly, the solutions are positive 5 and negative 3. I'll press Enter. I get my text message, and I have, the last time we used this, the values in here. Remember, you could go back and make those variables local to improve this program. I'll select OK because my A value hasn't changed. My B value needs to be updated to negative 2, and my C value should be updated to say negative 15. When I press Enter, the solutions are 5 and negative 3.